Hi, welcome to your Jay Feather by Jayco. We'll do a quick tour of the outside and try to get familiar with some of your trailer's features. First, we'll start at the front. And we'll start with your battery. Your battery storage is here. This particular unit also is set up with an optional sway control. Of note here as well is the solar panel ready hookup, and we have your breakaway switch right here. Sometimes if you feel like the brakes are stuck on or wheels aren't turning, even if this pin is pulled out a little bit, sometimes that will prevent the trailer from moving properly. In other words, it will engage the trailer brakes. Also of note is the electric tongue jack. This unit has a light, good for nighttime hookups when you need some extra light. It also has a port on the top that can be removed right here. That is for a manual crank in the chance that this does not function properly, and the manual crank for this can be found in the front compartment. Also of note on this is the propane system. You will note that there is a lever here, or kind of directional pointing. It will indicate whichever tank that the trailer is trying to draw from. So in this case, it's pointing this way, so it will draw from this tank. However, because it's a crossover regulator, if you want to use this tank, you do not have to switch it over manually. When this tank is done, it will automatically draw from this tank regardless of where this is pointing. So continuing along the front here, we'll point out one of 4 stabilizing jacks. They're located on the 4 corners of the trailer, and they're used to stabilize, not to level the trailer. So continuing on here, we have your outdoor shower. We have the flush port for your holding tank, your black water holding tank, and we have your city water connection, or wherever your park water supply. Also directly under here, we have your output for your black water and your gray water, and as such we have your black and gray water tank valves as well. Continuing on along the outside of the trailer, we will notice your input for your cable or satellite TV. We also have the mount for your outdoor barbecue or RV barbecue. Your 30 amp power supply. Right here we have the fill port for your fresh water tank. We also have the outside access to your hot water tank. So here of note, we have your drain plug for your hot water tank and your pressure relief valve. If you're ever filling your tank for whatever reason, it's a good idea to open this up while you're filling it, let some of the air out. Of note, moving along the rest of the trailer, we have the outside venting for your fridge. It's important that this venting remains free of any obstacles at all times, as airflow is needed up and through here. Also make sure this is always outside. This is the drain for the fridge. Because it's under your awning, I'd also just an extra warning that this will get really hot, so if there's people sitting out under here, just watch that they don't touch it if the furnace is running. We have outside mount, Gfci plug, and cable satellite TV output, so you can watch TV under your awning. Then lastly, we will come to your outdoor front compartment storage. This unit has a light. It also has a switch right here. That's used to control the front running lights here. Nice, nice fancy blue. We also have the tabletop mount for your barbecue here. You have the manual crank for the tongue jack, and we have the manual crank for your stabilizing jacks. All right, let's take a look inside your new trailer here. As soon as we come through the door, you'll note fire extinguisher. Switch here for the under stair lighting, as well as your propane carbon monoxide detector. Now there's a button on here right there that will test to make sure it is functioning. I suggest testing it every 6 months whenever you test your smoke detector and replace the batteries there. Unit Gfci is located right here as soon as you come in the door. If you have any electrical or appliances that don't seem to be working, it's always a good idea to check this just to make sure it is functioning properly. If the light's on, that means it's been tripped and you just need to press the black button there to reset it. So coming into the trailer fully, we'll notice your information panel here. Has your slide in and out, your awning, extend, as well as your awning light. We also have the main lights for the living room, as well as your water pump, your water heater on gas, and your water heater on electric. We also have your indication panel lights. Here we have your recliners. They're in travel mode. Basically means they're turned around so that the slide can come in. If these are turned out so that they're facing into the trailer, you're unable to close the slide. So when traveling, they get turned this way. And these just protect it from any bumping, as well as the straps just hold it in place. Here we have the previously mentioned smoke detector. There's a center button on here you can press and test the battery. I recommend doing it every 6 months, even replacing the battery every 6 months. So coming into the trailer here, make note of the range top and oven. Now the range top, you can light that by turning this selector knob to the light position. You get a little flame, and then you turn the igniter. Same for every burner, and it's the same for the oven here, with a small exception of you need to press and hold it when it's in the light position and crank the igniter at the same time. Right below here we have your power center that gives you access to your breakers and your fuses. Also under here we have access. I have not removed the panel, but there's 2 screws, the Red Robertson screws. Most of your screws in here will be Red Robinson. You move those 2 screws and it'll give you access to the hot water tank and the pump, the freshwater pump. So moving on over to here, we have your fridge. Just want to make note of the on-off button. Also the gas selection between AC and gas. If this little indication light is lit, that means there's an issue with the gas. So check to make sure that the tank valves are open, etc., etc. Moving on, next we come to your furnace, or your thermostat control. Now this is a capacitive touch button, so it'll cycle through all your options without having to actually press hard on this. It's just a light touch, and it'll cycle through your fan auto. You can switch between high and low. Your cool, you can do high, low, and then your furnace. Of note here, with your stereo system, it's a 2-zone system, 1 and 2. 1 will be inside the trailer, and 2 will give you access to the speakers outside the trailer. So you can listen to your music from the radio, etc. outside the trailer. This also has an auxiliary, a headphone jack, and a USB connectivity. Of note, in the living room here, just want to make you aware of the emergency exit. Flip these 2 red tabs up, push the window out, and you may escape to safety. Moving on into the bathroom and living room area. This is just a little feature, just a rubber stopper. You remove it to open a shower, but leave it attached. It holds the door closed when you're traveling. To the bedroom here. Of note here, under bed storage. And we have another emergency exit. If you need to escape the vehicle for any reason, push down on this black tab, push the red handle over, push the handle all the way out of the vehicle, and then pull up on this red tab to remove the screen, and you may escape to safety. Also of note here, we have your the correct mounting spot for a TV mount in the bedroom, as well as AC power and the cable satellite hookup. I'd like to note too that if you wish to have the AC come through these ports that are located throughout the trailer, it's a good idea to close this here. When this is open, most of the air will come directly through here. This closed, it forces the air through these ports throughout the trailer. Well, that about does it for your quick tour of your trailer here. If you have any more questions, feel free to contact us and we'll help you as best as possible. Otherwise, enjoy your new trailer. Congratulations.